Hello, I am Miss Susan, your piano fun at-home teacher. Here I am sitting in my garden underneath a tree, hoping that the camera doesn't get wet. I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I have been doing these last several months and why I have not been posting any more lessons on YouTube. Well, I've spent my time developing a series of piano lessons for autistic and special needs students. I have these organized and posted on my website, www.pianoforspecialneeds.com. And if you were to go to that site, you will see that you have a choice of 4 free lessons that will get you started for you to see whether or not these lessons are good for you and your child. And after you've completed that, then there are follow-up lessons which you may purchase at very reasonable prices. And we would love to have you develop a relationship with music with your students. Now, I started focusing on special needs students with an emphasis on autism because I have a grandson who has autism. And I've seen the pain and the problems that this condition has caused the family. He has an older sister, and of course this impacts a sister. My poor grandson. He's like someone trapped in his own body. He has a hard time communicating, although he is very high functioning and can talk. But to express his own feelings is, of course, not one of the attributes of an autistic child. So I understand the pain. I've seen it, I've lived with it, I've experienced it. And then last year I got my first autistic student. Well, I want to be a good teacher, and I want to give, I'm going to call her Amy. I wanted to give Amy the gift of music. Amy is nonverbal. She can repeat sentences, but she does not create any sentences of her own. And I thought, wow, let's give Amy the gift of music, because music is the universal language. Maybe with music we could reach inside of Amy's mind and have her express herself and have her experience joy and self-satisfaction. I've noticed that students with autism don't get the self-satisfaction that other students can have. For instance, if you're a star soccer player, or you're very good at a spelling bee, or different things at school, these doors are closed to autistic students. So there must be something that they can do special that would meet their needs. So, with this goal in mind, I went to the libraries, I went to the internet, to learn everything I could about autism and other special needs disorders as well. Well, I discovered that there's a whole lot written about what autism is and the problems that it causes, but there's very little to be found on what to do about it. How am I supposed to teach Amy? How can I talk and communicate with her when she's nonverbal? And since she has no eye contact and she doesn't really acknowledge when I speak to her, how do I know? How do I know if I'm getting through? Well, I just started trying this and trying that, and over the months there emerged some techniques and some methods that worked. And Amy began learning music, and she began playing music, and in fact, much to my surprise one day, I realized that she's making the same progress as some of my other students are. Well, one day I took the lesson that I had written up for Amy, and I gave it to my other students who were having some difficulties learning to play. And guess what? That was the best lesson that each of them had had in quite a while. And then it turns out that some of my adult students were really struggling. So I took the exercises, the finger exercises, and the methods that I was using with that and tried it with the adults, and lo and behold, we had the same experience. These adults had a wonderful lesson, and they were so proud of themselves and relieved to discover that they weren't stupid after all. And they just came walking out of that lesson strutting and singing and so happy. I thought, wow, this is one of the best lessons we have ever had. So, I know firsthand that the methods and the techniques that I have developed with Amy and my other special needs students, they work. And I want to give these to you as a gift. If you will go to the website www.pianoforspecialneeds.com, you will read all about what I have to offer. And again, there's no charge for the first 4 lessons. This is my gift to you. There is a book involved for purchase, but you will love this book. It will become one of the favorites that sit on the piano, and you will play it again and again. So, what I'm going to do with the rest of my YouTube time, the rest of my YouTube episodes, is I'm going to be keeping you informed on the experiences of teaching piano lessons to an autistic syndrome disorder child, and to let you know that there is hope, because Amy can learn, and she has learned. Indeed, she does learn, and she is so proud of herself and what her grandmother and her friends are sharing in the joy. And I would like to share that with you. So this is Miss Susan, your Piano Fun at Home teacher, saying bye-bye.